Hey, good to see you. I have a goal, and it is to increase emotional intelligence. So there's a strategy, and it includes to inform you about techniques, how to do that. Okay, what's emotional intelligence? It is to be able to read your emotions and to understand them. It doesn't matter if you do it with other people or with yourself. Heavens hand in hand. And when you're a bit more advanced, you learn to let go of emotions. And number 4 is a top secret. It's actually to transform emotions, okay? You can transform every negative or uncomfortable emotion into a positive. That's the secret. And we're gonna do that today. So basically, what I'm doing is, if I have an uncomfortable emotion I don't understand, or if I'm stressed, I just sit in a meditative state, and I meditate, which means I'm just letting things passing through. I'm connecting with my emotions, with my inside emotions, and I'm trying to understand the message of this emotion, okay? Because every single emotion has one message for you, okay? And until you understand the message, it will come back through different people, through different situations. You have to understand the message of an emotion, okay? Because an emotion is linked to a thought, but sometimes it's hard to figure out about a thought. So there's a secret how we transform a negative into positive emotion. It's not just letting go, because we do that all the time. Okay, we let go of a thought of an emotion, but then often we haven't learned it, because if it comes back, we haven't learned the message behind. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm actually going into a state of visualizing what I'm relating to that emotion, and then I'm trying to transform those pictures into an either possible solution, which would be, for example, if there's war between two countries or a conflict between two people, and I want the conflict to be solved. I'm in the different consciousness levels, right? A conflict between two people is a level, and war is a different level. Anyway, I want the people to be friends again, or to have not uncomfortable emotions anymore. But also I want to be peace in that war countries, not for selfish reasons, just because of the atmosphere of the earth which is affected, and also because I don't like to see humans suffering, right? Everyone, if we read the news and there's war, we care because we don't like human suffering and pain. We don't have to take sides. It doesn't matter, okay? We know that there's fear, it's an uncomfortable emotion, there's hate, and both reflect on each other. There's a reflection, okay? No matter what people tell you, both are suffering. Anyways, I can transform my way of thinking, the uncomfortable thoughts and uncomfortable emotions which go hand in hand, into positive, okay? So instead of seeing war pictures like bombs, kids, parents, civilians being endangered, being destructed like buildings, I'm actually seeing that it stops. No more bombs, no more rockets, and there are actually flowers growing, and nature comes back, and the buildings which got destroyed, they get reconstructed, okay? And the people are becoming friends again, they find peace, they stop hating each other and having fear, instead they send love. And that's the same with people, okay? Instead of understanding that they're all reflections, reflecting on each other, they start loving each other. Or they find other solutions, or they just let go. Sometimes it's good to let go. That's a short-time solution. And anyway, my message was clear, I hope, that behind every emotion there's a thought and a message, and it will come back until you understand it. So sometimes you have to go through the storm, the emotional storm, and the pain. Don't suffer. Suffering is no good choice. What? But the pain is inevitable. It will teach you something. That you don't repeat the same mistakes, that you learn lessons. So there's one more scenario I want to tell you. Imagine of the 8 billion people in the world, more than 4 billion, so more than 50% would live on a conscious and energy level of love. Just imagine that, okay? They would actually manage to answer to hate with love, which is on a much higher energy level. And so they would increase the energy level of one situation of human hating. They would put them up on a love energy level, okay? They would teach them. Because like the people who don't have compassion and love, they need it the most. So you give them compassion and love, so they would have it and they could give it to other people again, and it would be progressively, exponentially, like the coronavirus which spreads. Love would spread and compassion, okay? And so if 4 billion out of 8 would always answer with love, in no time the world would be a place full of love and compassion. Like imagine that, just imagine that. Like, oh my God, okay? So the energy level would increase. Everyone would be so much happier and emotional intelligent and in love and give love and understanding and wanting to understand. Problems would be solved in no time because you solve them much faster when you're positive. And people would just help each other, and in no time the world would be a loving place. Oh my God, can you imagine? Yes. So if collectively a majority of people would answer in love, the world would be already a loving place. Imagine if the newspaper would, instead of just showing a problem like war, they would show the alternative solution like peace, and you could always choose between like two pictures. Okay, am I stuck in the war issue, or am I going for the solution, peace? The news would be amazing actually if you would find solutions. The question is, do powerful people, do we want a solution? I think the majority love solution. Anyway, take care, stay safe, and practice self-compassion and self-love. I think it's the best. Because much you can't influence, but that's what you can. Take it easy and be healthy, positive.